All right, you guys. Now we all know Shedeur Sanders was dealt a raw hand with that Baltimore Ravens situation, getting no reps in practice since rookie minicamp, where they had him throwing to trash cans and janitors and equipment managers. We all know he's been dealt a raw deal with the Cleveland Browns, but his chance is here. He will be starting versus the Las Vegas Raiders, and he got to the podium and didn't hold back on what he stepped into and the situation Kevin Stefanski put him in, which was unfair. We got to get to what Shedeur Sanders had to say, but before we even go there, let's take a look at what Mary Kay had to say about him starting and if Dillon Gabriel should be getting the job back if he clears concussion protocols. I don't think there's any way Dillon Gabriel should get this job back. This should be Shedeur Sanders' job for the rest of the season. Let's take a look at what Mary Kay had to say about all of this before we get to Shedeur not holding back at the podium.
If Gabriel gets out of the protocol like next week, does he go back to being the starting quarterback, or does it depend on the performance of Shedeur?
I think it depends on the performance of Shedeur, and I asked Kevin Stefanski that question yesterday because we were told that if Dillon cleared the protocol, he would be starting this week. So I asked him yesterday, what happens if Shedeur plays well? Does he get to keep this starting job? I think he should. I really do think that he should. This isn't a situation where you've got to go back to your longtime successful starter and you owe him that. It's not like that at all. You're developing two rookie quarterbacks, and you can pivot as needed. And if Shedeur shows something in this football game that is worth developing and building on, I would for sure give him the start the following week.
If Gabriel gets out of the protocol like next week, does he go back to being?
I agree 100%. Dillon Gabriel should not be starting again this season for the Cleveland Browns. We got to get into what Shedeur Sanders had to say, man, because he was honest enough to say, yeah, I was dealt the raw deal. I wasn't given any reps. I'm not a veteran. I'm a rookie just out of college, and I didn't get any reps before that game, but y'all going to see the difference this week.
What's going on? How's everybody doing? How you doing? I'm doing great. Can't complain.
Sure. Just first off, just how you doing mentally, emotionally? Obviously, I heard the news about what happened at your home. Just how you doing after?
Yeah, mentally, emotionally, I'm in a great place overall. In life, it's always going to be adversity. Things aren't always going to go, as planned. But I would say, I'm prepared for everything.
What's your plan to approach this week, knowing now that you are going to get your first NFL start?
The same how I always am. Knowing exactly where everybody's going to be, prepare, understand that they have a great defense. They're coached by a great coach, and they have great players on that side of the ball. So just doing what I can, to prepare mentally, physically, emotionally, to make sure I'm my best self.
Shedeur, how much do you feel that with this start, if you play well, that you could sort of cement yourself as the starting quarterback moving forward?
I don't think too much into that. I think in the moment, present today. I go over the game plan and make sure I execute that. When you start moving too fast in life, sometimes, you miss the small details of things. So I never want to overlook anything.
Shedeur, what's the 24, 48 hours after the Ravens game? What was your kind of process like in terms of deconstructing that game, going through your reps, and what were you able to kind of pull away from that you can build off of and as positives?
Really, the positives from that game is just being able to go in there, breaking that barrier, coming off the sideline for so many weeks, and being able to do that. I don't think a lot of people understand, how challenging that is from a rookie going into a game. Now, a lot of NFL vets, backup quarterbacks, they've been in the league. You feel me? I'm just coming out of college, So it's a different feeling, but I enjoy it. So, as the game went on and, I settled in, okay, I know what's going on. So as long as I get comfortable, which I am, each and every day, seeing the guys run the routes and being out there, it feels good. So I know for sure I'm going to do everything in my power, and as a team, we're doing everything in our power to make sure we have success on Sunday.
Shedeur, how much are you looking forward to this week, getting all of the first-team reps, because Kevin said you're going to get all of them, to getting all of those first-team reps finally for the first time with the starters, and then having Tommy design a game plan to maximize your strengths and your skill set?
Yeah, I'm truly excited for that. Knowing that, I have a piece of offense and a say-so and how things fit my eye and place the players exactly where they need to be, seeing how they come in and out of routes, seeing the structure of the alignment, seeing they set, just having a feeling. Like I'm more of a feel type of person, so that's how I learn, that's how I do everything. I'm gonna just watch it, it's just gonna happen. No, like I gotta be out there, feel it, I gotta move around. It's like so many details that it takes for me, to feel my best and play my best. And I'm doing everything in my power, and the team's doing everything, to help me get prepared.
Shedeur, as you've worked behind the scenes, obviously we haven't gotten to see you at practice since training camp, but what are you most proud of, I guess, with your development so far, and where do you feel like you've grown?
I would say definitely, I would say mentally, emotionally. I know this is a trending topic that my house got broken into, but I'm in a mental space now to where, it's not too much that could faze me, honestly. That's going on. And none of my jewelry got took anyway. So, by the way, none of my jewelry got took. So now, it's just caught slipping. It happens.
Shedeur, you mentioned after the game on Sunday how you'd like to really understand the details of your receivers and what they like and whatnot. Just historically for you as a player, how long has that process typically taken you as far as, getting to a point where you guys can see what each other wants without maybe actually having to see what each other wants and likes?
Well, I would say I definitely have a realistic approach, and I know my development, as a player and everything, and mentally and everything, has to speed up due to the situation. So I just like new challenges, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun going out there, doing what I got to do. And the fact that we are up against time, we are up against, growing real fast. So that's what's exciting. That's what, is the rush, that everybody feels. That's what excitement. That's when everybody going to be in the stadium lit to understand how quickly, it is going to take for us to have success. And I truly believe it won't be long.
Shedeur, I know you have probably been envisioning this opportunity for a long time. You have a lot of fans who want so much, expect so much from you. What's your philosophy on managing expectations in a situation like this?
I would say, for sure, I'm my own biggest critic, so in certain situations in the game, even in that fourth down of that last game, I wish I would have just extended the play, So mind you, I don't listen to critics. I don't listen to anybody has to say that's not within the organization, not within the team, not within the family or anything, because it's like everybody have their own perspectives, but they're not out there doing it, so, or they done it in their past life and their time has passed. So I'm just thankful that I'm living in the present and now I have the opportunity to go out there and do the best I can. Will there be mistakes? Of course. But it wouldn't be as many mistakes, we're trying to minimize those most possible.
Shedeur, what was your dad's reaction to you getting the start, and will he be there on Sunday?
Quite honestly, right now, I'm not even, I don't know. I'm so focused on what I'm doing, I don't even be talking to too many people right now.
I'm sure you talked to him, though, yeah?
I ain't talked to him today or yesterday. I talked to Shiloh. Shiloh called me, but I said, bro, right now, if you want to talk, everybody just fly in and come see me, bro. I ain't trying to be on my phone. I'm not trying to do any of that. If you want to talk, just pull up on me, and then we could talk from there. But other than that, I don't even check.
All right, so we got a focused Shedeur Sanders who's going to be ready to light up the Las Vegas Raiders. But he let it be known, I was put in some unfair circumstances, but it is what it is. I'm about to cook now. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. This Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel.